Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, evening headlines on December 13, 2023. Mystery as man flies from Europe to US without passport, visa or ticket. The Independent, Russian man charged after flying from Denmark to LA without a passport or ticket, ITV News. ITV News, stowaway flies from Denmark to LAX without a passport or boarding pass. NBC Southern California, Russian stowaway feasted on plain food after boarding Copenhagen to LA flight without ticket or passport, FBI says. India Parliament, security scare for MPs on attack anniversary. BBC, security breach inside India's Parliament building with canisters of foul-smelling smoke set off. Sky News, Parliament attacks have exposed shameful lack of security preparedness. The Indian Express, security breach at Indian Parliament as intruders throw smoke bombs at MPs. Joe Biden's son Hunter hits out at absurd claims about his father in speech outside U.S. Capitol. Sky News, Hunter Biden blames MAGA right for impugning my character ahead of impeachment inquiry. The Telegraph, my father was not financially involved in my business, Hunter Biden speaks outside Capitol Hill. MSNBC, Hunter Biden defies congressional subpoena, as Republicans ready impeachment vote. Israel military begins pumping seawater into Hamas tunnels, report says. The Independent, flooding tunnels has no military value, creates dangers for civilians, analyst. Al Jazeera English, Israel begins pumping seawater into Hamas tunnels. The Telegraph, IDF floods Gaza tunnels to flush out Hamas fighters. US seeks this assurance from Israel, details. Hindustan Times, report, IDF has begun pumping seawater into Hamas tunnels in Gaza. Gaza, Israeli commanders among 9 soldiers killed in Hamas ambush. The Guardian, Israel confirms colonel among 10 soldiers killed in Gaza on Tuesday. Al Jazeera English, IDF announces 8 troops killed fighting in Gaza, including Golani Battalion commander. The Times of Israel, ambush kills 7 Israeli soldiers in Gaza City, where battles rage weeks into devastating offensive. The Independent, Israel-Hamas war latest, 9 Israeli soldiers killed in double bomb attack. In sea change for Poland, new government is sworn in. Reuters.com, Donald Tusk speaks out against xenophobia in address to Polish parliament. Guardian News, Donald Tusk, the devilish Euro-maniac who backed Ireland during Brexit. The Irish News, the Irish Times view on the new Polish Prime Minister. Tusk takes up the reins, the Irish Times. The Irish Times, Donald Tusk forms new government in Poland, DW News. Argentina's new government devalues peso by more than 50%. The Guardian, Argentina peso, Milei begins shock therapy by devaluing currency. BBC, Javier Milei halves value of Argentine peso as economic shock therapy begins. The Telegraph, let's hope Javier Milei succeeds. The Spectator, shock therapy, the Bloomberg Open, Europe edition. Ukraine war, dozens wounded in Russian missile strikes on Kyiv. BBC, Russian missile attack hits Kyiv as Ukraine pleads for more funding, France 24 English. France 24 English, Ukraine-Russia war live, Kyiv windows blown out in Russian S-400 missile attack. The Telegraph, live news, Russian strikes hammer Kyiv hours after Zelensky pleads for more US help. Financial Times, Russian missile strikes injure more than 50 in Kyiv. COP28, second draft text of climate deal calls for transitioning away from fossil fuels. The Guardian, the COP28 deal might be historic, but there are many caveats. The Economist, examining COP28's potential impact on climate change. BBC, COP28 is better than feared, but less than needed. Financial Times, good cop, bad cop. What the COP28 agreement says and what it means. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.